In this lecture, we will learn Lineweaver Burk plot of enzyme inhibitor complexes. Lineweaver Burk plot or double reciprocal plot is a linear graphical representation of enzyme kinetics used to calculate the maximum reaction velocity Vmax and Michaelis-Menten constant Km. This plot transforms the non-linear Michaelis-Menten constant curve into a straight line by taking reciprocals of substrate and velocity. Km is the substrate concentration at which the reaction velocity is half maximal. That is, lower the Km, higher is the enzyme activity. Vmax is the maximal velocity of a reaction which occurs at high substrate concentrations. That is, the entire substrate is bound to the enzyme. Now we will see three of the conditions wherein the substrate and inhibitor compete for binding with the enzyme. First one is the competitive inhibition, in which enzyme plus substrate gives rise to enzyme substrate complex, which further gives rise to enzyme plus products. When an inhibitor is added to it, enzyme plus inhibitor gives enzyme inhibitor complex. In this case, when a Lineweaver Burk plot is plotted against substrate concentration and velocity, the Vmax value for both inhibitor and substrate is same and Km increases for substrate. Coming to the uncompetitive inhibition, here enzyme plus substrate gives rise to enzyme substrate complex, which further gives rise to enzyme plus products. Enzyme substrate complex plus inhibitor, that is, the inhibitor binds with the enzyme substrate complex, whereas in competitive inhibition, inhibitor binds only with the enzyme. Enzyme substrate complex plus inhibitor gives ESI, enzyme substrate inhibitor complex. Here both Vmax and Km decreases for the substrate and they are independent, they form parallel lines. Coming to the non-competitive inhibition, here the enzyme plus substrate gives rise to enzyme substrate complex, which further gives rise to enzyme plus product. Here in non-competitive inhibition, the inhibitor can bind with either free enzyme or it can be bound with the enzyme substrate complex as well. Enzyme plus inhibitor gives enzyme inhibitor plus substrate, or otherwise enzyme substrate complex bound with inhibitor gives enzyme substrate inhibitor complex. Here the Km is same for both inhibitor and substrate, but Vmax decreases for substrate when a Lineweaver plot is plotted against substrate and velocity concentrations. We will see the derivation for each of the conditions in detail in further videos. Thank you.